Hey Spinner fam, we got some amazing news in the most recent town hall. Matt released some of the abilities that will be coming out of Rebellion, and some of them are overpowered and meta breaking, but some ain't that good. We're finally going to see a change to the game and meta. We're finally going to see something different in ranked mode and tournaments. Thank God! We only got a sentence to explain each ability, but Matt broke down the abilities a little bit more in the town hall. But the thing they didn't do was explain how it's going to change the meta and explain which abilities are going to combo best with them. But you know what we do here? We talk about how good and bad cards are and how abilities can generally break the meta. So let's get into the video. But before we do, like the video if you're excited for Rebellion to come out, and comment below which of the abilities you're excited to use most. Oh, listen up. I know you're excited for Rebellion to come out and Untamed to finally leave. But the problem is, if you're a non-subscriber, you'll continue to lose your games against Untamed summoners until Rebellion comes out. So do you know how to stop that? Subscribe now. With all that said, let's finally get into the video. Cue the intro. We're going to start with the best ability first, which is Armor Strike. And basically, Armor Strike allows you to attack a second time using your shield stat. So more shields you got, the higher the damage. The thing is, we already got a little teaser of what a monster with these abilities can be like, as the new promo card has this ability. And on top of it, has shield repair. So it's repairing the damage once it gets hit. That's the thing. This ability is going to be so like techie, as every time you get hit, you lose technical damage. But if you repair it, you're good to go. And if you use other abilities comboed with it, you can get increased damage. But we're not going to talk about this card because I'm going to do a whole video on it in the future. The thing is, with this ability coming out, the abilities like Repair, Rust and Protect will have whole new like layer to them, as they'll be used to kind of boost or to counter this card. If you think about it, Repair will allow you to like bring back the shields that you lose from taking damage, then use it for damage later. And Protect, that will give you 2+ damage and 2+ protections as well. The thing is, we don't know how many monsters will have this ability, so we don't know how much Rust is going to be needed in the next meta. Now just think about it. Teams with Armor Strike, Repair and Protect. Think about the life teams. Like generally, if any life team gets Armor Strike, it's over. Generally, in wild format, when they have all their summoners, all their abusive shield based abilities, it's going to be overpowered. Like you can't think about the amount of damage that they can do on top of their normal damage. You can't think about all the protections and all the recoveries they're going to have. The thing is, there's going to be certain wall types where monsters with this ability are going to be overpowered. Think about weak magic, where magic needs to hit shields first. You'll be repairing and keeping your monster alive with shield repair, and it won't be attacking the health. And on top of that, you'll be doing extra damage by attacking twice. And the second wall type is Armored Up, and you'll be getting 2+ armor, which means 2+ more damage. And I'm not too sure like if we're going to get new wall types in the future, as it seems like Rebellion's going to have an armor focus. It's shields, it's shield Zard. Armor's a different game. You play too many card games. Get the terms correct. The thing is, out of the 4 abilities, I feel like this one's going to be talking about the most, as we have a promo card that has this ability already, so we can already like theorize and like speculate on how it will affect the meta. And for me, this ability is going to absolutely break it. It's going to change everything up. Everyone that thought they were all protected with their shields, well guess what? You now become stronger. You now do more damage with them shields. The second ability we're going to talk about today, I'm not really a fan of, and that is Corrosive Ward. And basically, in short, monsters with this ability basically have like a retaliate system to them. So basically, any monster that hits them, you're basically going to retaliate, hit them for 2, and take away their max shields by 2. And this is kind of meant to be like a counter to shield repair, but for me, it don't really work too well. It's way too situational. You need the monster to attack you, and what if the monster that attacks you doesn't have shields? Then it's not going to react, it's not going to trigger, and it becomes situational, and you're kind of hoping on the opponent to do something. When with most best abilities, you want to be the person that's controlling it, and not hoping on your opponent to do something. The thing is, that's just the first drawback. The second one is it has to be a melee damage type unit that's actually attacking the unit that has this ability. But what if it's a magic type unit that has shields? Then the ability is not going to activate. So it's like generally just going to trigger to one of the 3 damage types we have in the game. The thing is, this ability will definitely be good if it's like a tank on tank, because most tanks have shields. So this ability will definitely activate. and it kind of acts like a retaliate, but it's not going to use your damage as the damage. It's only going to do 2. The thing is, it's meant to count as shield repair, as it takes away your max shields. But the thing is, what if you're smart with your placement of your shield monsters? And what if the whole team has shields? This ability might trigger often, or it might not trigger enough. And that's what I mean. It's way too situational. And out of all the 4 abilities, for me, this is kind of like the worst one. It's funny to me, as most of the abilities we've got so far are shield focused. So I wonder if Rebellion's going to have a complete shield focus. And if so, life is going to be so strong, as they are the splinter that has the most shield repair and the shield focused splinters. So we can only wait to see what's going to happen in the future. Even though I said Armor Strike was my favourite ability of the 4, Flank is a close second. But in short, monsters with the flank ability, basically if they're in first position, the monster in the second position gains the reach ability. I think this is amazing, as it basically allows you to use any tank as a reach monster. I say tank, but really it's any melee monster. But if you really think about it, think about all the melee monsters you don't want to be the main focus of the battle. Think about the Jared, the Desert Dragons, and you don't want to wait till the equal opportunity wall types or super sneak. This allows them to be able to attack from the second position. So these monsters, the monsters with this ability, definitely got to be a tank. As you know, it's going to be in the first position. So it's got to be able to, stay alive. So the second position monster, the reach monster, puts out loads of damage. And it don't have to be the focus of the damage. I doubt Blue will get any monsters with this ability, as you already got Possibilus, and you already got so many great reach monsters as it is. Think about Flying Squid, Tide Biter, so I don't think Blue needs any more. The Splinter I think can use this ability amazingly is Life, because think about all the melee monsters they have. They have Jared, for example. I can't talk about Jared enough, because Jared's such an amazing card. Think about all the melee monsters they have that can attack from the second position now. I feel like Life would definitely be the greatest Splinter to get this ability. The thing is, there's not much we can say about this ability, as it's pretty straightforward as it is. All we can do is wait to see what tanks in the modern format start to abuse this ability and start raining terror on your tank monsters. The last ability we're going to talk about today is Lookout. And monsters with this ability are basically able to protect adjacent allies from taking 1 less damage from monsters that have Sneak, Snipe, and Opportunity. But in short, basically it protects the monsters that are next to it from taking any damage from monsters that have these abilities, which I think is pretty cool, to be honest. The thing is, monsters with this ability will be go-to in certain wall types. You know, the ones that have Super Sneak, Equal Opportunity, and Target Practice. That's what it's called, Target Practice, the one with Snipe. But the thing is, the monsters with this ability are going to be go-to in these ones, because obviously all the monsters are going to have this ability. So you can actually protect monsters and, reduce the damage. I also feel the monsters with this ability will live in the second from back position, as then it can protect the monster next to it from Opportunity, and the monster at the back from Sneak, as then you'll be getting the greatest utility from that ability as you can. Personally, for me, I think that this ability has only come out to counter the double Sneak meta, as F1 uses Uraeus comboed with any 3 mana Sneak monster, Pellicle Bandit, Stitch Leech, and the monsters go on. The thing is, I don't think they have any way to really combat that type of meta, so the only way to do it is to bring out monsters that, have abilities to counter it. And from what it seems like they're trying to move on from the current metas, as they have so many shield focused abilities coming out. I feel like this could be really going forward. And also they got a double Splinter Summoner now, where you have that interaction you can have by the start of the game. So I feel like going forward we're going to have new things to do, new metas, and the game's just going to be evolving. With all the amazing new abilities coming out, I wonder how many people would change from WoW to modern format, to enjoy them without having the pain of Kitty, Llama and Yodin destroying their battles for them. Out of the 4 abilities, my favourite one's got to be Armor Strike, as I like doing a lot of damage, and monsters with this ability can basically attack twice, as long as they got shields. And the thing is, I'm a big fan of Junker, so I always have shield repair on my team somewhere. But that's it from us for today. So if you haven't already, like the video if you're excited for a band to come out, and comment below which of the new abilities you're excited to use the most. Oh, and don't forget what I said, all my non-subscribers will continue to do their games against Kitty, Yodin and Llama until Rebellion comes out. So to stop that, make sure you're a subscriber. And remember, be a shark in this world, not a whale. And we're going to see you guys next time.